Well, hello, everybody. We have an incident today where a coyote kills a pet cat after jumping through window and dragging animal out. That is a crazy headline. A woman's cat has been killed by a coyote that dragged the feline out of her home in California. Before we go any further, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. Liking absolutely helps with the algorithm and helps get the video out there. So if you like these videos, please make sure to like. I really appreciate it. The incident occurred on Saturday in the beach city of Encinitas, where it is located just north of San Diego. Coyotes are members of the dog family that resemble wolves in many ways, but are smaller and more lightly built. These animals are found throughout North and Central America, ranging from Panama all the way up to Alaska. Coyotes typically eat small mammals such as mice, voles, and rabbits, but if the opportunity arises, they have also been known to hunt cats on occasion. More than on occasion. All the time. That's like one of their new favorite foods. Dogs, particularly smaller breeds, are at risk from coyotes, but attacks on them are rare. With regards to the incidents in Encinitas, the cat, known as Luke, was resting at a spot near the window of the home where it liked to sleep. The window is usually closed, but temperatures were particularly high on Saturday morning, so Encinitas resident Carol Kelly decided to keep it open. So the temperature is high, so you keep the window open. Do you have air conditioning? That doesn't make any sense. At one point, a coyote spotted the cat by the window and jumped through the opening, ripping through the screen in the process. Coyote then dragged the cat away. I can't believe it because that's a high window. That's about 8 feet, Kelly told KGTV. The screen was in the middle of the street. The whole place was demolished because I guess there was a big fight. The next day, the woman's son found the body of the cat a couple of blocks away from their home. Kelly's owned a cat, which she had kept as a pet for 10 years, was her very best friend and described it as the love of her life. Sorry, I almost threw up. I feel bad that your cat was killed. But as soon as you say things like that it was your very best friend, the love of your life, I feel really bad for you. And it makes me sick to my stomach. And that's just me. I'm an asshole. What can I say? Now I'm afraid at night when I go to bed. I locked my door, make sure all the windows are closed, she said. I mean, that's what you kind of should do. I mean, California, so maybe not thinking properly. If you're from California, I don't hate you as a person. It's just like the whole conglomeration of Californians seems to be a little bit on the lower end of common sense, if that makes sense. Individuals are fine. It's the group of California. When you say Californians, anyway. Kelly's neighbors said that they have seen more coyotes in the area this year than ever before. I seriously doubt that. You just never notice them. A lady stopped last week. She was out at 7 a.m. and there were 4 at the top of her street. 4 coyotes, Carl Walker, one of the Kelly's neighbors, told KGTV. Local residents have created a neighborhood group chat in order to report coyote sightings, Walker said. Congratulations. You're going to report them all the time and not do anything about them because it's California and they won't take care of problems like this. Those with pets are taking precautions when they go for walks with their animals. People have whistles. A few people have stun canes or whatever. I carry wasp spray if I'm out by myself, Walker said. You know what works really well against something attacking you? A gun. But this is California. So we kind of got rid of that, ability, right? If you're with your animal, chances of coyote attacking you are basically not going to happen. They're not going to risk going after you or your animal when the chances of it happening are very slim. Not impossible, but very, very slim. That being said, again, I feel bad that her animal was killed, especially since it was inside her own house. I don't wish that upon anybody. Coyotes are everywhere. They've been everywhere for a long time. They've been in California for a long time. The other thing I have right here is a map of where they're from originally and when they started to expand. So basically, reviewed more than 12,500 records covering the past 10,000 years for this study. Their findings indicate that coyotes historically occupied a larger area of North America than generally suggested in the literature. Previous maps, as it turns out, have ancient coyotes only located across the central desert and grasslands. However, fossils from across the arid West link the distribution of coyotes from 10,000 years ago to specimens collected in the late 1800s, proving that their geographic ranges was not only broader, but had been established for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years, which also contradicts some widely cited descriptions of their historical distribution. Okay, so they were farther west than a lot of people realized. There's a good chance they were already in California by even 1900, but as you can see by this map right here, it was, 2016, the north, there was a few places where they expanded to. I mean, they've been around for a little while. Most of the country has had coyotes since basically 1980, 1990. Most of the places where they've expanded to have had them that long. Excuse me, hiccups. Well, with all that being said, one of the reasons that they were expanding like this is because of their main predators, wolves, were wiped out of a lot of areas, so they were able to expand a little bit more easily, especially east. And maybe it was the Appalachians that were partly to do with it as well. It took them a while to get through there, but they got through them just fine. It wasn't until approximately 1920 that coyotes began their expansion across North America. This was likely aided by an expansion of human agriculture, forest fragmentation, and hybridization with other species. Eastern expansion in particular was aided by hybridization with wolves and dogs, resulting in size and color variations amongst eastern coyotes, and they call them coy dogs out east, especially in Appalachia. They're just a mixture between a wild dog that got out and a coyote. So, they're saying it's a little wider than previously thought. I've seen smaller maps in this. But point being is that they've expanded over the past, basically as we have gotten our grips down into everything, they were like, ooh, what's this? We can live in people's cities and we do just fine. I mean, there's coyotes in New York. Like in New York City, there are articles about them taking out of Central Park. So like that they literally can live anywhere. And what is that? Massachusetts right up here? Is that what that is? Right there, we're expanding in like 2016. Yeah, they can literally live anywhere. And because of that, and because they tend to be a little smaller than a wolf, they can hide very easily. And then like here in Pinellas, you walk outside at night, and in the area that I'm in, if emergency vehicle goes by, you hear a siren in the background, you'll hear coyotes howling behind them. Like you'll just hear them. It's crazy. It's been happening for years. And I'm sure it's like that in a lot of places that you guys probably have coyote stories where you're from, because they are literally everywhere. But again, feel bad for this woman. I wish her the best. And I hope her next cat doesn't meet the same fate. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one. Keep it wild.